Howdy folks, Rebecca Jolly here, Jolly Alchemy. Today we're going to do a neutrino forecast for the 17th of July. It's Thursday and this is the year 2025. We have just entered the cross of obscuration and we went through the cross of details, I believe it was, in the juxtaposition. Um, very much detailing you to death, and then obscuration goes even a step beyond that into details so obscure that they can be used to hide things, or it's almost jumping the shark with details. It can be useful, but it can also be a difficult cross, especially if you have to live with them over the kitchen table. Ross says here that these are the people that need to know how many Smiths are in the phone book. So it's like, is that really necessary? I don't know. Sometimes they can be full of details that don't seem to make any sense, but on the other hand, these are the people that will dive so far into the details that they will find amazing discoveries. So, this is the scarf of obscuration, and I will tell you its secret tomorrow. But I did find, while I was looking up the cross, a really nice quote from Ra, and I don't see those very often that are very inspiring like this, so I wanted to read it to you real quick. It says, when you enter into relationships as yourself with these aspects of these crosses, whatever they are, you get to see the mythology and not suffer the pain. For instance, the pain of being so very detail oriented. After all, the deepest part of this information is to recognize that these crosses are all archetypes. They are all archetypes of all the gods we've ever known, of all the forces, demons, spirits, sprites. We are all living out the mythology of these crosses. So again, only a few people will be carrying this cross in their charts, but we all feel it every single year as we go through it. And in this case, we would feel it twice a year because it is a left angle cross. And so these energies are running through all of us. We all have the capacity to not only use details, but to use them to obscure things. So keep that in mind. Today's song, I decided to play it in the background. It's called I Am the One by Maestra, Mayesterra. Here I am turning it up for you. And this comes into play because of our daily mission, which I'm to get to right now. So we've moved into line 5 of 62 and 61. Line 5 of 62 is metamorphosis, excellent action after understanding the details. So there's something for us to learn there, that the most excellent action is taken after we understand all the supporting details that are necessary. So that's the energy we will be exploring today. 61.5 is influence, the knowledge that can lead to influence and wisdom. And that's why this song came through as today's song, because it's a song I think of deep wisdom about who we are, about healing. And I don't know about you, but me and mine definitely need that energy of healing. We are all one. We are here to heal ourselves, heal each other, and grow. Maybe now's the time to say that although I am jolly, I love to be jolly, it's not necessarily because my life is perfectly in order. I know that influencers often want to make it look like, oh, this is me and my perfect life. And you have to know, well, you know that's not true for them, that they're putting something on that isn't really there. And I told you, I want to be real and me in the most essential way that I can. And I have to say, the real me that isn't always up. and does still, in spite of all the work and all the growth, still have a child inside that's hurt and longing and needing healing. So we have to find the place where we can give that to ourselves so that we can help give it to others. All the unrest, all the sadness in the world is really only the result of pain. Pain that we felt and then spread to others. And part of what human design is about healing in order to be able to spread that love by being ourselves in the world. And that is what I want to be myself, even if I turn into a sobbing mess. So anyway, let's go on. Our moon is going through 51-1 today. Well, 51-1 is when I took the reading. But we will be going through the entire 51st gate, which is the gate of shock and crisis. And into 42, that's cyclical learning and its endings, wrapping it up. So that's right here in the chart. I have the gate of beginnings, cyclical beginnings, and then 42 is the other end of that channel, cyclical endings. 51 is up here out of the gate, out of the center of ego and willpower. It's that shock, that desire to be first. And then we will be moving down into 3, which is right here, coming out of the sacral center towards the root, and that's the gate of mutative beginnings. So 51-1 is experience, the strength derived from the experience of crisis and shock. And this is something that I have not done before, but I realized I do need to do it, and that is recognize what actual connections are made by the transit. So today's transit actually defines this entire channel here of it's the channel of initiation, of beginnings, of being shocked into a new learning. So you come into a situation innocent. Here out of the G center, you have innocence, and we have right now in the global energy 2 activations of innocence. We have true innocence and innocent healing. And then they meet up with that shock in the moon. So then what that makes is a situation where we can be shocked into new learning. And we can also shock others into new learning. So it's a very influential kind of channel to have. We also have in Venus 35-3. So 35 is right up here. This is the channel of experience. Out of the throat, this is a very strong gate in our abstract circuitry. And line 3 is cooperation, to bring progress into other people's lives. I thought that was interesting because I would think that would be more of a 4th line energy, but the 3rd line is influential in terms of being able to share mistakes and then help other people grow from it. So I can kind of see how that happens. And then we have in Mars 47-1. 47 is up here. Out of the mind, leading towards the inspiration center, and it's the desire to make sense out of confusion. So we're going to start moving through 47 in Mars, out of the 64 that we just finished, which is the awareness of confusion. It's actually the other side of that channel, right there. So 47-1 is taking stock of what causes hardship. Now, we know that those first line themes always give us a little bit of insight to the nature of the gate itself, and I think that there is some insight in there. 47 is basically trying to make sense out of confusion, and in this case, it's trying to make sense out of hardship. Confusion, yeah, it's both the cause and the result of hardship, so that's an interesting take on that. And as far as our energies for the globe go, those have not shifted today, so that's still the same. And our nodes remain the same at 22-3 and 47-3. And those were, they just shifted recently. I should be able to get a quick view here on what those were again. Let's see. Nodes. Ah, here they are. Enchantment and self-oppression. So it's sort of a this and that going on there. Enchanting openness, okay, that's the channel of moods. And again, 47, that trying to make sense of confusion. And line 3 is self-oppression, where almost you're confusing yourself. So those are the energies. Go listen to that I Am One song. That is a very deep and wise song. And I chose it because it is knowledge that can lead to influence and wisdom, and maybe cause some excellent action after we understand the details. Take care of yourself and come back tomorrow to see what's being obscured. Ciao.